We are moving through a city paved with smooth marble, surrounded by glowing green trees, and citizens who are endlessly kind. Resources are infinite here. Sadness and physical pain simply do not exist. A young girl has lived in this flawless environment for 12 years. For her entire life, this endless comfort has been the absolute truth. But there is a single missing variable in this utopia. No one ever dies. Citizens age, their bodies grow weak, and then they vanish. There are no graves, no mourning families, and no funerals. When she asks her parents where the old and sick go, they offer a hollow comfort. They tell her a mysterious light simply carries the weakened away to another world. No one grieves the missing. No one asks follow-up questions. Everyone avoids the subject completely, creating a highly unnatural social ecosystem. A completely friction-free existence lacks the grounding weight of mortality. To a human mind, absolute perfection always starts to feel artificial. This diagram illustrates the classic Turing test, where a human tries to figure out if they are talking to a machine. But if we flip the model 180 degrees, we get the reverse Turing test. Now, a single human is surrounded by artificial nodes, testing if they can detect they are trapped inside a simulated reality. At the center, the girl's need for truth triggers a deep suspicion. That doubt acts as a signal, flagging the surrounding nodes as false. That growing doubt forces a behavioral shift. She stops passively accepting the comfortable lie and begins actively investigating her surroundings for real, tangible proof. Our brains are evolutionarily wired to search for hidden truths and resolve inconsistencies. Because of that hardwiring, it is impossible to exist peacefully inside a manufactured lie, no matter how pleasant the illusion. She leaves the safety of her neighborhood, walking for hours past familiar streets, desperate to find any trace of the citizens who disappeared. Eventually, she reaches the edge of her known reality. She finds a massive, brutalist wall that stretches endlessly across the horizon, entirely blocking the outside world. Above her, military helicopters patrol the perimeter. This directly contradicts her school teachings, which insisted helicopters were strictly for rescue missions. She returns in secret with a heavy pickaxe. Hiding from the patrols, she violently chips away at the solid concrete. She strikes the wall again and again until she fractures the surface and breaks a hole through to the other side. Physical barriers and systemic rules inevitably fail when they go up against the psychological drive to resolve cognitive dissonance. Stepping through the breach, the bright city gives way to a desolate white wasteland, filled with black skyscrapers disappearing into thick gray clouds. Waiting for her in this silence are 5 mysterious figures dressed in white lab coats. At the center stands their leader, his face completely obscured by a strange mist. This structural cross-section reveals her utopian city is contained inside a massive laboratory dome. Zooming in, the citizens are mechanical nodes running on repeating loop pathways. They never die. They simulate aging until they break down and are quietly extracted by an external mechanism. Every element of her lifelong happiness, every sunny day and kind word, was a meticulously controlled data point. She was the only actual human subject in a grand experiment. The leader in white explains the macro context of her existence. A catastrophic war completely destroyed the Earth, leaving humanity in ruins. She is an orphan whose previous memories were intentionally erased. She is the last surviving female human. The scientists placed her into this terrarium to establish a baseline psychological test for the future of the species. They did not want a compliant subject. A human who blindly accepts a comfortable, fake reality lacks the psychological resilience needed to rebuild a dead world. By noticing the absence of the dead, asking difficult questions, and physically swinging a pickaxe into the wall of her reality, she proved her human nature. She passed the test. For breaking the illusion, she receives her reward. She regains her real name, Lena, and the scientists deem her worthy to become the mother of a new humanity. True human survival and progress do not come from achieving a pain-free utopia. We survive because of our own inherent willingness to destroy a perfect lie, to uncover the uncomfortable truth.